All right, Piggy, how's she doing?
She doing skibbity-doo-dah-day.
We're taking a little drive after Piggy has changed the spark plugs. We have new coil pack, new spark plugs.
And you can tell she's doing a lot better. She shifts a lot better, ain't no hesitations. I done hit the passing gear on one stretch, hammered down on her a little bit hard going up the hill, starting out. No hesitation, shifting just fine, doing like she should. She actually sounds and does better than when we first got her. That's going to mean good things for the gas mileage.
Most definitely. And no, we did not bring the Charlie with us. We decided we're going to go get some stuff done that I need done. I was going to wait till Tuesday to do it, but if I can get it done today,
we don't have to make
an extended trip Tuesday.
Yeah, we're going to do some other things Tuesday and then pop over where we're going to do this. I need to take her for a little test drive, see how she's done after the plugs being replaced. She seems to be doing just fine.
And y'all, we are now in Tennessee. We passed the Tennessee line just a little while back.
Y'all see these curves I just went around? Y'all talk about me driving fast. Well, I took those at just about 35 miles an hour. It's supposed to actually go slower. But just food for thought to let y'all know that when I say I know what I'm doing, I had me a little Contour once. I think it was a 2004. Now, you talk about a little car that can hit and get, that little thing would. Well, I had a situation one time. The person with me told me emergency. Well, I went into emergency. I took those curves back there at 90 miles an hour and never got out of between the yellow and white line.
That was when Piggy was with Thing too, before Thing.
And at that point, up the roadways here, when that person finally got their breath, all like that, they told me emergency. I told them, hang on to your panties. Well, there was a reason for that. See, the Piggy knows how to drive. I can get out there. You know how you get some people, they like to intimidate other folks, get behind them and intimidate them, riding their butts and everything. Well, I'm the intimidator to intimidators.
By the way, y'all, there's Piggy.
Because Piggy can drive. Now, the Piggy don't have to, so the Piggy don't no more. Piggy got time. He ain't worried about being in a hurry. The only reason I'm going as fast as I am now is because average traffic, this is the speed they're going along through here.
Yeah.
So it's either you go or get run over. Sometimes it get bad enough, I find me a spot, pull over, and let them go on.
And where we're fixing to be, yeah, right? This road up here.
I'll show you where it was when they finally said it. You don't have to, it's not an emergency, that bad of an emergency. And I said, well, he said emergency, so.
Yeah, like I said, that's when Piggy was with Thing too. That was before he was with Thing.
And the trick is, what makes me a better driver than many, is that while I may do stuff like that from time to time, I also know my limits. I know what I can and cannot do. And I will not.
You got it my way, Piggy, from what I can say.
Will not try to go beyond that limit. A lot of folks, they try to go beyond that limit, and that's when they mess up.
Y'all, this is a 2-lane road right here, but this is one of the busiest 2-lane roads I have ever been on in my life during the week.
The reason it ain't right now is because it's Sunday evening.
It's a Sunday evening, but you're talking about Monday through Friday, I would say probably about 6:30 until about 8:30 or 9 o'clock in the morning. It is bumper to bumper. And in the afternoons from about 2:30 until 5:30 or 6, it's almost bumper to bumper.
Now, to give y'all an idea of the kind of gas mileage this thing gets, I'm doing 55, put a little gas to it. I was up in the 60s on MPG. Now it's right at 44 MPG. And I'm at 55 miles an hour on the back road. I'm coasting now, so it says 99. Now this spot right here, I think, yeah, this spot right here is where that other person finally got their breath back and they have to say, it's not that bad of an emergency. Of course, one of the reasons was I had my flashers on, and somebody in front of me, and they kept blocking me, wouldn't let me get around. So, you know, I hope that butthole never has an emergency.
Yeah, all this over here used to be trees too, but now you can see we got a tree value right there, and they building something right there. I think it's going to be houses.
I'm doing 60. I'm getting between 41 and 45 miles to the gallon. That's why I like this little car, folks. It rides good, and it gets great gas mileage.
They built up over here. That's an assisted living place they built up. Now they're going to be building a Publix and a shopping center area back over in this way right there where you see all that.
Which is where we're going.
We're going to Publix, but it's on up the road a ways.
But when they get this done here, we won't have to go as far.
Right. I'm not going to show tags, y'all, so I'm going to pop it over to the side a little bit. I'll show you over here.
Now, folks, keep in mind, too, Piggy ain't a Chevy person. Piggy kind of likes Dodge.
My favorite car of all time was my 1979 Chevy Cavalier. It was a two-door. It was red, and I drove that thing until the main bearings were knocking. And my uncle said, keep driving it till they fall out. I said, okie dokie. And last thing I knew, that car was still on the road because I sold it.
I've had too many to say a favorite. I've had a 1968 Rambler, 1974 Nova, a 1974 Ford Pinto that did not have the 1600cc one barrel. It had a 2300cc two barrel Posi-Track 4-speed, which was not stock. And I had outrun Porsches in that thing, folks. So I'm just, you know, of course, most of that I think is because the ones driving them Porsches didn't know what they were doing.
Don't let Piggy fool you. He had a favorite. It was his GTO.
Okay, yeah. I couldn't afford to drive that thing now either because it had been built to outrun the fastest police car of the time, which had been clocked at 193 miles an hour. And folks, I had that thing half gas pedal going uphill, and needle was buried about 20 to 40 miles per hour further down than the 160 that was on the thing. And it still wanted more going up that hill, but I could feel the front end coming up. Not to mention watching the gas hand go down. I mean, literally, could watch it just...
Watch out, baby.
I'll see you.
Okay.
And everything. I was 16 years old, folks, and let me tell you, it scared the Piggy. So if y'all can imagine how much power that was to scare a 16-year-old boy, that'll give you an idea just how fast that thing would go. Well, it started knocking. So my daddy traded it off for a bunch of junk. The guys that got it, they tore it down. They said the only thing wrong with it was the timing chain, which they were known for bad timing chains. Then they took it to the strip. When they took it to the strip, they were unbeatable until they finally blew the engine. So, you know, that's the kind of... And back then, they had some boats, had some powerful cars, and this thing was beating them all. And, you know, as much as I loved it, that was too much power for a 16-year-old.
Well, I have to say, next to my 79 Cavalier was my 1979 Mercury Cougar. And I would have drove that thing even longer, but I took it to have the oil changed and left it overnight there. When I come back and picked it up, brought it home, they had left the plug loosened in the bottom and it fell out after I drove it for a little bit. And so all the oil drained out and it locked the engine up. But they denied
of course they would.
that they were responsible for it.
Folks, right now I'm getting 59, 62, 63 miles a gallon. I'm doing 55.
That's
Just
good.
cruising right along.
Yeah. I think after that, I guess it would be my Kia that I had. I got a Kia, a brand new 2001 Kia Sportage. I bought it off the lot. That was my very first and only brand new car. And y'all, we're over here where we're going.
That was a 76 Pinto, not a 74. And folks, don't get me wrong. I absolutely adored that little car.
Hey, I had a 79 Pinto. It was a good car. Front seat was broke on the passenger side, so you kind of laid back a lot. But I drove that little car. And after that, I had a Toyota Celica with a broke front end. I didn't know. Bought it from the person that way. And he took it back, and I got the 79 Cougar. And after the Cougar, I got a Ford Taurus. Hated that car. And after the Ford Taurus, I had the Cavalier. And after the Cavalier, I had a Park Avenue. And after the Park Avenue, I had my Kia. And after my Kia, I had a 1985 Ford LTD. And no, take that back. I had a Taurus again after that. It was an older model Taurus. And then I had the Ford LTD. And then I had my Dodge Caravan that I had. Now, mine was Chrysler Town and Country. It wasn't a Dodge Caravan.
I'm going to tell you, out of all these cars I've had, I have to admit, that old van we got has grown on me. I love my Dodge truck, but I wasn't able to get her fixed up. And even if I did, folks, let me tell you, she is a 3.9 liter V6. That's as big as you get before you hit V8.
She loved the gas.
And she was true to the name. She'll dodge everything but a gas station.
Well,
but as much as I couldn't fix her up, so that's why we finally sold her, give her somebody that loved her just as much and could give her the love that I wasn't able to give her. But that van is so versatile. It's got some power. And it'll haul anything that I'm going to need to haul. That's why I call it the piggy truck.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's the Chrysler Town and Country, ain't it?
It's a Chrysler Town and Country.
Okay, so mine was a Dodge Caravan.
Yeah, it's extremely comfortable. It gets great gas mileage for the size engine that it has to pull the kind of weight that thing has on it, because those things are heavy. Yeah, that's why I like it. It's easy for me to get into, easy to get out of. It's got an electric seat, so I can move it backwards and forwards. The seats in the back will fold down into the floorboard to give me more cargo room. So it's like having a truck with a camper on it. I just don't have to worry about having a separation.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I've had a lot of cars and loved them. But this thing right here, I kind of like it real good too. It drives great. It handles great. And y'all have heard the numbers I've been calling off to you about the gas mileage.
Yeah, this is my car.
Yeah, this is Alyne's car. But I drive. Because I like to drive. She likes to drive, but not so much. And the way her eyes are right now, it's hard for her to anyway. But it's not a big deal because I love to drive.
Yeah.
And everything. But if y'all looking for a great on gas car that's relatively easy to change the coil pack and spark plugs, and all that, and you don't do your own mechanicing, something relatively easy. This is easy enough and set up easy enough that even I can do it. I hate to do mechanicing. I've got a reason for that. Joy Stewart, I'll probably tell you that story later. But y'all looking for a car that's great on gas, this is it right here.
Yeah.
It make a difference between going a lot or not going much at all, which we don't go much at all anyway, but we will be here shortly when we start doing a little something. But, getting this done is going to be advantageous for that situation.
Yeah.
But, anywho, Piggy's going to go boo and go bye-bye.
All right, y'all, we say bye. Piggy said bye, I say bye.